There is a moment that occurs. It is the moment in which you meet a benefactor and you match that person up with the institution's expertise, and all of a sudden the light goes off and you then capture the essence of the individual and you capture the essence of the institution.
You know, seeing those pictures of the campus brought back many fond memories for me. I'm really thrilled today to be surrounded by so many Cougars. It really means a lot to me to be able to help expand the School for Global Animal Health.
I think the core of Paul Allen's philanthropy is really traced back to his interests. If you look at the things that he's involved with, from aviation to technology to science to the arts and education, I think you can find roots in his philanthropy in all of those areas.
From walking through the library stacks at UW as a boy, to inventing a new operating system that changed the world, to playing music, to attending Washington State University, you see his life experiences in his charitable work.
And I think that he really believes the education he got at WSU helped him do some of the things in life that he went on to do after he left.
Paul Allen is a very generous person, number one, but since I've known him at WSU, I've also known him as a guy who loved to be involved and had a great sense of humor. I came back to WSU after quitting school for a year to make enough money to return, and Paul was in the House. And shortly thereafter, I became president of the House, and I also had some other duties there, which included assigning Paul to dishwashing and various things like that. And Paul was a great horse player. He had some shots that seemed like they were technology oriented. You know, you had to have your feet a certain way and shoot from a certain distance, and he was hard to beat at that.
My name's Chris Anderson, president of Phi Kappa Theta here at Washington State University. We've actually been here since 1946. At that point, we had the original house, which was a little further back on the current lot. Big grass lawn out front, not as much parking. The people who mowed the lawn were the members, and they would literally tie a rope to themselves and then to the lawnmower because the hill was so steep. Paul Allen came here to WSU and joined the fraternity.
When I connected with Paul after Microsoft had been going, and he said, you know, I want to get our fraternity to get together or rebuilt. And I said, why do you want to do that? And he says, I loved my years there, and I got to know people there who came from so many different backgrounds.
Paul Allen, in essence, bankrolled the building of the new chapter in 1996. And I think the fact that he donated so much time and effort into building this chapter that we're currently in is a perfect example of how much it meant to him.
He loved his years there. He loved the camaraderie, he loved the location, he loved the Palouse, and he wanted to do something that was going to make a big difference.
As far as bottom line, I don't think there's a better place to live more comfortably or affordably. So not only did he help our chapter, but he helped the Greek community at WSU in a whole.
You know, an education is something that someone's going to have with them for their entire life. And I really believe that Paul feels if you can invest in someone now, that's an investment that will pay off for decades to come.
Paul has contributed more than $31 million to Washington State University over the years. They've supported a range of activities from exhibitions in the Washington State University Gallery to high school scientific competitions.
I think another program that Paul was really excited about at WSU was the Imagine Tomorrow competition. And Paul really finds that to be a compelling program because kids are working on real-world problems. Kids are working outside of the classroom. So I think when you take all of those together, the Imagine Tomorrow competition I think really encompasses a lot about what Paul believes education can do for kids.
I think Paul loved the Global Animal Health Project because he was looking for something that WSU was strong in, but with a little more help could be the best in the world.
This gift was the result of a very extended conversation with WSU about how to make a significant gift that built on its assets. It used the strength of its veterinary medicine school. It was taking those strengths and that expertise into high-need communities in Kenya and Tanzania.
Paul just loves the continent of Africa. He loves the people, he loves the natural surroundings, he loves the animals. I think it just holds a really special place to him on a personal level. And then, of course, WSU, I think, is held in a similar regard.
The school is really built on the strength of a large number of leading scientists, from vaccine design and development to diagnostics, disease surveillance, areas in which we've had a long-standing strength.
Animal health impacts families in Kenya and Tanzania in many ways. Their health, their welfare, their economic well-being is dependent on the cows, on the herds, on the animals that are part of their property.
When we look at people who live on less than $2 per day, which is about half of the world's population, they're very largely dependent on livestock for their economic and food security. So by improving the health of their livestock, we also improve their human opportunity.
And so the disease of a single animal could spread across herds and be devastating for individual families, for individual communities.
Almost any infectious disease can spread around the world in less than 24 hours due to air travel. We're talking about diseases such as plague, HIV, Hendra virus, bird flu, Nipah virus. There are no real easy fixes, but there is the ability, by focusing on this interface, this animal-human interface, to make a difference that has a local effect and spreads globally.
Paul Allen supports big ideas, and he supports people who are capable of turning those big ideas into reality.
We will be the leading school for global animal health. We'll lead in this space, we'll work across disciplines, across institutions, and we'll use that to actually make a difference in the world for thousands, millions of people worldwide.
Mr. Allen, thank you very much for your generous support of Washington State University. There is no doubt that we will be one of the leading institutions to eradicate zoonotic diseases. I appreciate your generosity, your support, and your commitment.
I hope everyone here can also do their part to help this great university because, as President Floyd said, the world needs big ideas.